the spur controls everything. The conversation is dominated by the spur. Over the next 2 hours or however long they stay sober, you will lose intelligence. Enjoy Theta Thursday. Your hosts, Dawn and Rhea, Maffoon, and some shitty guests.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to this week's Theta Thursday. It is the 16th of September. How is everyone doing today?
I'm doing pretty damn good, Mafune. How about you, bud?
I'm doing all right. Some good things happening. Eve, today, I don't know how much space do you guys have in your skill queues after that last patch, right? Lots and lots of space. Too much? A little bit too much? Nobody?
I barely looked. I
yet.
saw how inconvenient it was. Went through their pre-set up like skill plans. Realized I had all the skills. The amusing one I found, it's like manufactured.
Oh, I honestly don't get the point of the pre-planned skills because I went and I actually took this opportunity.
We need to. Did you guys set it up? By the way, hi everybody. Don Ray here too. Did you set up like what the skill plan is?
So
because talking about like, oh, it's stupid doesn't help if people don't know anything about it.
I'm sure many people do, but anyway,
it's stupid.
It is very stupid. So basically what CCP did was they revamped the skill window into something that's completely separate off of your character sheet, which is, in my opinion, dumb in the first place. Second of all, they kind of created way too much space. Like, there's huge gaps in between all the information. Ridiculously long, huge gaps in the information. Not only that, but they made it the exact same way they made the in-game map, in where it's defaulted to full screen, your entire screen, and then you can dock it to the left, right, or floating. And it needs to be a resizable window.
Does anybody else not just load up a half a year plus worth of skills? I have yet to open the character
I have like
sheet.
600 days worth of skills laid up in my skill queue.
Yeah.
I constantly have a ridiculous amount of skills in my skill queue, but I still open it up, right? Like, I check the progress. I double check, if I want to add any skills in the front that I may need for, like, sometimes, like the other day, we had a whelp squad operation, and I needed to fit a certain module. Realized I couldn't fit it, and then had to go into my skill plan and drag the level 1, level 2, level 3 straight up to the front of my skill queue. So it's like I actively use my skill window on a daily basis because I'm still stuck in the days where you had to update your bullshit every 24 hours. And if you didn't, well, then you were fucked.
Well, this is billed as a quality of life update. Now, if you were a new player, I can see, right? Like, I click on this thing and this thing happens and you don't know any different.
So,
but how many new players is Eve getting, realistically?
So the thing is that new players are constantly coming in, and yes, the change itself, and again, I feel like we've talked about it a million times on this show, and many, many other people have talked about it. It's not the change itself. It is not the fact that they separated the skill queue from your character sheet. It's not the fact that they made it a different window. It's all the other tiny things that have gone wrong. The fact that the window is not resizable. The fact that it's so fucking spacey. There's no reason they should have all that empty space on the screen.
I mean, while you can't make it super small, isn't it resizable?
Maybe new things will get added there. I hear Reddit has been speculating what's gonna,
Yeah, it's resizable though, Mafuna. You have to undock it, but it's resizable.
Is it? Because when I started testing it, I did it on floating, and then I tried to resize the actual window.
I mean, you can't make it like super small. It's still huge, but it is resizable.
Like it's not resizable enough.
I honestly think if they're gonna try to go that direction with things like the skill queue, they should do it like they do the ship browser. When you open the ship browser and it still takes up your full screen, but your chats and stuff like that are still on top of it.
Yeah, that's the thing I had a problem with too, was the always on top, right? Like, what is always on top? And what should be always on
Dawn's
top?
always on top.
Jesus Christ.
But I will say, I created a third alt this weekend, and decided to use it as a great opportunity to go and try out, the new player experience for like the 50th revamp that they've done of this thing. And
Why?
What's your new alt's name? Is it like Sylvian Hammersmith or
oh,
something?
it's funny. Oh, it's
Well,
funny. You guys
Please
will laugh.
wait.
when
I
you
want to guess.
find
I want to guess. Let me guess. Is
Hold on, wait. Should I
is
put
it-
hold on, because I
Please-
designed. Hold on.
Please tell me it's Black Star.
No,
or-
it's not. Black Star's taken. I tried.
Okay.
I've tried. I've tried to do more Soul Eater things.
Maka stuff.
No, it's not anything to do. Hold on, let me shove the character
Ah.
portrait up, because I designed the character like the action, as
Well-
close as I could get to it.
While
So-
you're doing that, I did see that they had a hotfix for a lot of issues with the new NPE too. Like something about like if you did something with a module, you just could never complete it. And there seems to be quite a few issues with it too.
When has anything ever worked correctly for CCP?
Well,
The
a
first
lot of
time?
times they'll roll it out on Sissy, but correct me if I'm wrong. I didn't go look, but was this? I don't think this was rolled out on Sissy at all.
The NPE and the skill change, I believe the skill change was. I'm not sure about the NPE.
Can anyone chat confirm or deny if it was like on Sissy for any given amount of time for actual testing? Because I don't know.
I have an idea. What?
All right, so here goes the alt. I shoved her on screen. Try and guess what her name is.
Oh, wait a second though.
What
That's
was-
one
what
hot
was the-
piece of ass,
What was the
Mr. Day.
ginger girl from G.I. Joe's name?
It is not her.
No. I remember seeing this on Reddit. You were being really cliche somewhere.
I
can't
wasn't.
remember.
I was on Theta. I put the name in Theta Squad on the Discord. It is not
There you go.
Scarlet.
Brisk.
I'll give you a hint. It's somewhere where I used to work.
It's Wendy's. That's
It's
right.
Wendy's.
It's Wendy's.
The name
Wow.
of the character is Wendy's.
I love how much you talk about how you fucking hated working at Wendy's and
Oh,
you
I
did
hate-
nothing but bitch and moan. You're like, I'm gonna make a character named Wendy's in honor of that
No,
because I'm
so-
a fucking weeb, scrub
I
lord,
wanted
whatever they call internet fashion booze these days.
when I wanted to make my third alt, I wanted one of my court mates, Calexos, he did a thing where he just picked a random character and asked the corp to kind of decide for him what he should model the character after, and he ended up doing Johnny Silverhand from Cyberpunk and made his character look like Keanu Reeves. And so I was like, fuck it, I asked the corp, and the corp was like, do fucking Wendy's, and I'm like, bet. And so,
So you can't even be original. You got to copy Calexos.
yes, I am gonna copy Calexis. But yeah, but anyway, I played through the NPE on her, and it's kind of weird.
So what do you get out of the like? How in depth does the MP go? Like, what do you get out of it?
What it does is it shoves you in this air cloning facility that's supposed to like teach you the ropes with Aurora and whatnot.
And Air is the
You know
new
what?
player corp.
I'm not sure what they are. I haven't looked too much into the lore of what they are, but they seem to be like advanced in New Eden. They seem to be like advanced
Hey, does
in the
anyone
tech
have the
in New
bullshit?
Eden.
Well,
there's-
so when you join, are you part of this Air corp, or are you still
No,
one of
no,
the
you're still-
starting factions?
you're still one of the starting faction corps. It's just you start out in this cloning facility, and the whole thing is that somebody attacks the facility and blows it up. And so you get ejected out into space in your pod, and you have to board an Astero.
Do you get to keep the Astero?
No, because they
Oh.
teach you the art of dying in EVE Online.
That's a
by
good way
blowing it up.
That's a good way to mitigate
No, I will say they
people
have,
getting free Asteros.
just like how we have the EVE partner skins. There's a special skin that they're giving this Astero.
What?
And in Mumble,
Do you get to keep it, or does it go
No,
forever?
It goes away when it blows up,
Oh.
right? So the thing is that my like in ASCII comps, we have literally been sitting there trying to think, how can we try and break the intro sequence to keep the Astero, right? But we can't figure it out. We've tried everything that the instance allows you to do, and it there's no way to make it out of the tutorial in the Astero.
So, Play Hippo or PJ Hippo, I did see the video. I didn't realize the NP would be exactly the trailer video in game.
Yeah, it was. And not only that, but it throws you into a dead space pocket, and like you meet up with like air civilians and stuff like that. And next thing you know, drifters of all things comes to attack all the civilians that you're with or whatever, and you got to kill them.
Well, that's been a big speculation for a while now, that the next big thing is either going to be Sancha's or Drifters bullshit again. Because Sancha Kuvakai, or however you say that, isn't dead now, I guess, which was a big thing.
Yeah, but like, anyway, the whole thing is that you gotta shoot drifters in an Astero with civilian guns. And it teaches you some basic things, like not only shooting, but it gives you a web, and it teaches you how the web will affect ships, how it'll slow them down and whatnot.
So this is yet again reaffirming to the new players it's not a good idea to shoot Autothisium Lancers.
Right? But the whole weird thing is that it's just, I don't know, it's a weird experience, and it shoves you into like a weird dead space instance pocket, and it shoves you in a high sec system, but you're not in that system. Like, it's a copy of the high sec systems. And then when you die in the Astero, that's when it brings you to the actual New Eden.
So is it like before, where you get like a venture or something? Like, what is the end goal of this? Like, do you still just end up in a pod? Like, what do they give you at the end of it?
At the end, you literally get an Ibis. Like, you get your Corvette. They teach you how to hit the very end of the tutorial. Is you hit the board my Corvette button in your starting station, and then Aurora takes you to the first level mission runners, like to the station where you actually talk to the mission people. And
why do we let Mafini be the only one to do this new stuff?
And then
have they done anything with the character creation thingy majiggy? Like, do we have customizable genitalia yet?
No,
This isn't Cyberpunk. And even then, Cyberpunk took that away.
I mean, it's
Really?
as buggy as Cyberpunk.
Yeah, Cyberpunk, they took that out like long before release.
No, they didn't. When I
They did.
downloaded and was playing Cyberpunk, you could customize your dick and or
But
vagina.
you can't do it as much as you could in the closed beta or whatever the fuck they had.
I mean, like, how much customization do you want? You can make it longer or shorter, bigger,
Listen,
like thicker or thinner. Like,
you gotta get it to curve a little bit and be.
You can get it stiff or floppy. Like, how much more do you want?
No, in the original beta, you could make that shit like fucking 12 inches long, 13 inches wide. Like, people were doing some whack shit in the beta.
Should be able to determine your religion.
Oh dear lord!
But
can't take any of you anywhere.
No, you can't. But the whole new player experience, it's nice, but it's also weird in its own way, because it like teaches you the various mechanics in EVE, but doesn't. I guess it doesn't teach you the way that a player would teach you, right? Like the way that Don or somebody would explain tackling to a new player.
I've tried to explain it to new players, and they're just like, "What?" I'm like, just share your screen, and then I will tell
Yeah, but like,
I'll describe things to you, because there's no way to just say, "Click this module," and they're like, "What?"
but it's different, and I hope to God that it's just the last change they make to the fucking NPE, because I'm sick and tired. We've gone through what Dirk said it last time, that we've gone through 6-7 iterations of the Eve Online tutorial in the past 3 years.
Well, tutorial's worthless no matter what they do, because most of this game you have to learn just by experience and
Exactly,
someone
and it's-
telling you. Now, have they made great strides in
Yes.
teaching compared to when I started and what you get now?
Absolutely.
Like a huge difference, and there's tons of quality of life things that, the fitting window is really nice. The agency window is super great for new players to figure out where things are, where belts are, where ice is, where their escalations are, ESSs. So there's a ton of stuff that they've added and changed in the past year, 2 years that have been really nice. But at the end of the day, the new player experience is, unless you can get them to a physical person to walk them through how to play that they enjoy talking to, like, it's still gonna be
Which is
30% effective.
it's something that I have screamed at CCP every time they do it, and it's something that I have screamed at them, especially this time. Please keep the 20-minute tutorial that you have right now, and then please implement something for after the fucking tutorial. Like, maybe
Well, the
introduce
career agents are supposed to teach you that kind of stuff.
people follow the career agents and they're like, cool, okay, I learned how to mine a little bit, or I learned how to do abyssals a little bit, or I learned how to do this a little bit. Cool. But like, wouldn't it be awesome if Aurora were to come, or not Aurora because lore reasons, whatever, but if they tried to fit in something where it's like, hey, here's some, players, since Eve is a social game, here are third-party resources that players have made, and here's the Eve Anywhere wiki thing that they just introduced. Here's Z Killboard, where players compete for money and their kills and their deaths and whatnot. Oh, here's Dotland, where you can see a simplified
let's talk
version
that
of
out.
the Eve map, right? Like,
Let's talk that out here. So, what would you guys think? I think that right out of the gate, you should be given an option, maybe like an option that says, do you want to play with another player? And then it links you up with somebody that's like been
a
approved
that's a good
to be
idea.
your
Like
babysitter.
like a high sec mentorship thing.
Yeah,
You
but
think
that
it's
that's
is a
people
really
maybe
that
good
what
idea.
people that won't abuse it. Like, you have to get approved by a GM or somebody. So, and then they can, if someone's available, they'll link you up, and they can say, hey, do you have any questions? Okay, what do you need to do? And then they can ask some questions, and you have a limited amount of time, maybe,
I think
to say you get a half an hour with a player, and then if you want to keep playing, you just make friends or
I
no.
think
I feel
they've
like if
been
we-
kind of doing something like that, because I know a couple of streamers that recently have been getting this program where if you're like an Eve partner, they'll part you up with someone that plays like an entirely different game to teach them Eve and run them through. Like, you have so many sessions you have to do. I think they get paid for it and stuff, and that might be like a trial of something like that. I'm not sure.
See, I would love to see just like what is it?
But you have
game
to
does
obviously
it?
try to avoid, like, as you said, gankers or whatever not. So you got to do with people that
No, but
you're
I feel
okay
like
with, and you should be able to
when you
not
present
necessarily
that,
report them, but
when you
Well, just
present
like the
that to
Rookie Help
CC
channel, they'll have approved people, I'm sure,
Yeah.
that are like
Right.
trusted.
But when it comes to presenting that idea to CCP, the biggest thing that CCP is going to say is, well, that's an organizational thing. That'll take tons and tons and tons of time for us to organize, and then to talk to the GMs, and then the GMs got to have their own shit and organize it, and then the rollout's going to be a mess, and then they're not
what
gonna
else
like
am I
it.
paying for?
Well, that'll create a new job for somebody though, right? At CCP, just like the red dot guy, right? The
They
guy
can
that
just
did
do
the
a
red
trial.
dot. Apparently, the red dot guy, the
I
like
hear
he worked for 10 years on that.
I hear the red dot guy also has bad knees, has a cute doggy, and has a hot tub.
Hmm.
Oh, that's
Like
the
a
one that
charity
got rid
walk.
of the red dot.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
end
you
of
mean
the red dot?
Oh,
Yeah,
are
the
you
guy
talking
that
about the person
implement-
who put
Yeah,
the red dot in?
The
Oh, the
implementer
dumbass.
of the red dot.
How many people actually have that on still? Because I turned that shit off the moment I could.
Instantly, I turned it
So-
off.
What's really
like
funny is, for whatever reason, on Mifune, I never get any of the weird red dot bugs.
Probably turned it off.
But on my, I have it on Mifune, but on all my alts, I get the bug constantly. It'll be like, oh yeah, you got 7 new things in your inventory, and it's like, no, I don't.
I just kind of wish, with all these changes, just like we had the try out the new map button, like we could have a box we tick that says, hey, take me back to the old stuff. The old skill plan layout, things like that. When there's no functional difference between the two, but just their layout, I wish there was a way we could go back and look at the old.
I wish CCP would stop focusing on, let's take all the old 18-year-old spaghetti code, and although we can't edit it, let's just code on top of it. Instead
It's
of
like
doing
putting
that,
paint. So like that's like going into a new house. So let's say you just bought a house and there's wallpaper on the wall. And it's floral, it's yellow, it's disgusting. What CCP has done is taken paint and painted over the wallpaper. So you can still see that there is wallpaper on the wall, but at least it's painted.
Yeah, people bitching about the fact that I don't have pictures on this side of the room because they're on that side of the room. This used to be a bright pink room, and I hated it, so I painted it white.
But like, yeah, you know what I mean? Just like stop doing that and actually give us new shit. Give us a new expansion. Triglavians, cool. If you're not gonna finish Triglavians because you think it's already finished, fine. Good on you. Just pick up something else, please. New content, new space.
I would love
something.
I would love an expansion to the incursions. That would be fun if they expanded on incursions. Even whether it be lore and just made some like crazy incursion sites that only happened for a couple months, that went in different places.
Like what?
I mean, that's kind of what World Arcs were.
Like, what happened to the crazy shit like the Satoyos? Remember when the Satoyos and like the Mullet first came out,
fucked.
and people like they're fucked. But remember when they first came out and everyone was so fucking hyped? People were like,
yeah, until they realized that only 5 people get to make any money off of it ever.
Well,
so it's like all these people. You either do it in a group and 2 people make money, or you have a group of 10 people.
That pre-hype. When was the last time CCP announced, hey, we're going to come out with something new in a month or so? And people actually were excited about it on the EVE subreddit.
Well, people were excited about Trigs until things actually started happening with Trigs. And people were like, oh no. Oh no.
People were still excited about it though. Now CCP announces a change and people are straight up dog shitting it from the start, right?
That's been the case for like the past year and a half, and it's all residual redirected anger about that. They said that they're ending scarcity end of quarter 4. We just started quarter 3,
and they said quarter 4 would be in November. It's that simple. Quarter 3.
Yeah, but quarter 3 should have started like in July.
I mean,
not September.
They didn't want to do a rollout in the middle of a fucking war. They don't want to do
That didn't stop them with ESSs and quantum cores.
Because that shit didn't.
And changing ice mining.
Yeah. Changing ice mining. The Trail of Tears Mach 2, which is what I'm calling the Pappy Trail of Tears.
Oh, right? Dear Lord.
Yeah. With the fucking Pappy Trail.
Why do you call it instead of Mark 2? Why'd you call it Mach 2?
Because
he's flying through this shit real fast.
Yeah, facts. That is a fact. But like they wouldn't have their fuel crisis if we had the ice belt change back in July, right? That shit wouldn't have happened. So
you guys know who Robert Van Winkle is?
CCP didn't want to do any major changes in the middle of the war, which is why they waited till the war ended to announce quarter 3.
And Robert Van Winkle is that's Vanilla Ice's real name, and we got it. Ice baby, it's back.
That is true. That is another change that happened this week. Is the ice belts were spawning incorrectly, according to some of the conversations I had with CCP. They weren't working as intended.
As in not spawning at all.
Yeah, details. So they would spawn. The belts, from what we could gather, would spawn in one of the systems that could have ice whenever a
No,
belt
that's
was
how it was
supposed to
supposed.
spawn.
That's how it was working. But when they had their no downtime experiment, from that Thursday until their update that re-added ice to all the systems, there was no ice belt spawning.
Yeah, it was kind of fucked. So now ice belts are spawning back as they did before, but now it's 6 hours instead of 4. So we should start seeing fuel prices go down, or at least stabilize at a nice moderate level, because right now it's almost double its normal cost.
I don't know how, like, fuel prices might drop a little bit, but I don't think that much, mostly because the new industry, especially the core temperature regulator bullshits, requires 3 different types of fuel blocks, which is a lot of ice products.
Yeah, and the ice, like, because that was like the hunted thing that we've been doing in Delve, is hunting ice down, because we needed to find belts. And now that they're everywhere, it's kind of like, now it's becoming like a drama fest, funny enough. So
So,
Hey,
Ickless
Mifune.
Smash, I already tried to explain
Yes.
that to a lot of people, that they're quadrants and don't necessarily follow the fiscal quarters, but I've lost that argument.
it doesn't matter, because
Yeah, it
their
doesn't
fiscal year
matter.
starts in February. So
I
the whole thing is a moot
ordered
point.
I ordered some merch today. I ordered a new shirt from Sector 6 Apparel.
Oh, nice. The Corp, ASCII is doing a ton of stuff. We're currently, I think it's one guy, I forget his name, so I apologize for not shouting him out. But he's making ASCII face masks for Vegas. So we're all gonna get it when we get to the ASCII house, so we can, when we go to the
Are
movies.
are they going to be like
suggestion.
all? Are they going to be custom, like for each person? Like,
No,
is yours going to be a pillowcase?
No, they just have the Corp. They just have the Corp logo and stuff on them. And then I think it's Alterari. Alterari is currently working on a T-shirt with the ASCII logo on the front, and on the back it's like the Imperium Revenge Trail, and it's all the keep stars, all the Pappy keep stars we killed, and the dates that we killed them.
That sounds really cool. Do we is the other store we got discounts, don't we?
Yes.
For
So the Stream Elements store, which is Stream Elements at INN, I think.
I believe there's a Theta shirt if you want to have a Disney
There is.
McDuck.
Yep, if you scroll down below, it is merch.streamelements.com/Imperium News. That shop closes at the end of the month, and we need to get rid of everything in that inventory before it does. So there's discounts everywhere. You can get yourself a Theta t-shirt, a Theta B sticker, which is what I'm probably going to get because...
when are you getting your tattoo?
I hopefully soon.
His tattoo, your tattoo artist was in jail last time. Remember?
Yes, he's getting out soon, and then his.
That's how you know they're quality.
His shop has to reopen, and he currently is bookings like 3 months in advance after he gets back.
Yeah, that's good for you to think about. That you need to get a tramp stamp.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So when you book with him, do you have to put down like a security deposit to his prison wallet?
No.
Oh, by the way, I thought you just transition time. Okay. So we were talking about ice, but a little spreadsheet came out today that was very encouraging to see.
Oh, is that the MER thingy?
Yes,
the
it is.
MER
Yes.
came out
And
today.
Wait, does someone have a link? Because before we talk about it, someone popped me a link because I didn't read it today.
It's on the
Reddit.
Reddit.
On it.
It's
Avon,
on the
can you get
Reddit.
it?
It's on their site. It's in the launcher. Don't be bad.
Avon, can you get it? Because I'm
No, I got
handling
it,
a
I got
fleet
it,
right
I
now.
got it. I got it. It's whatever. It's whatever. I got it. I'll do it myself. Because
While we're waiting, I got a couple of shout outs. I got some shout outs to the helpful people in Theta who have been doing some awesome saves this week, and we're back. And if you want to come hang out with us, you're more than welcome to come and hang out.
I might be a little
with us.
testy. I'm sorry, guys.
Something testes. And I also want to give a shout out to Saladin for doing a sexy thing with a nester. He was pretty good at it. And we're gonna give a shout out to Katana Fleet Red. It's his birthday today.
Happy
He's
birthday, Katana.
He's one of the Theta regulars. He's our Australian expert. He is an Australian, apparently.
Before I get blown away by the blinding amount of white light coming from my second monitor, here's the MER.
Dear
Here's
Lord.
the interesting figure. The fact that Delve, what is it? A month after healing is almost at the top.
No. This is during healing. This is
Make it
during-
bigger,
This is
Mifune.
August, remember?
Mifune, make
You
it
need to make it
bigger.
a little bit bigger.
Is all that light seriously from your monitor? You can
Yes.
turn the
You-
brightness
you-
down.
yeah,
dude.
you need to-
screened. It's fucking the MER is full screened.
Okay, sweetie.
Okay.
So if you look,
Looks like you're being abducted
is
by
during-
aliens, Mifune.
this is during Goon's healing time, right?
Yes. So
And
the
we
third-
are almost the same bounties as Fraternity. Now, granted, we had very high bounty modifiers because of all the destruction going on, but so that gives us a bonus. But
How does the mining
we're
look?
kicking ass. The mining's still low because we haven't started mining yet.
there.
Speak
The
for yourself. Greg bought his first ever Rourke after
mo-
this is
The
over.
monitor brightness is down. There you fucking go. All right, you happy?
Nice.
I love that the
happy?
first
Alright,
capital Greg agrees to use is a Rourke.
No, I had a revelation, but
Yeah, you didn't use it.
I will if I have to.
So,
My revelation is like the condom you carried around in your wallet in high school. You're never going to use it, but just in case you have to, it's there.
They tell you not to do that anymore, right? They tell you don't put.
Well, come on, who are
condoms
you
in your-
kidding, Mifune? You
No,
don't
they-
require dudes to wear condoms.
No. They tell you don't put your condoms in your wallet anymore. They tell you not to do it because it increases the chance that the condom will rip.
I learned an interesting fact at work today. Did you know that? I don't know if this is true because I still haven't Googled it, but I'll come up with random fact of the day too. That apparently, between humans, Ebola is only infectious for men. I did not know that.
Is Ebola the one where you bleed out of every orifice?
Maybe.
My volume might be a little low. Apologies. There we go. That should be better.
What's on your
But-
shirt, Mifune?
This would be Rick from Rick and Morty.
Let me stand up so we can see it. Ah, that's pretty cool, man. So, did you guys see the Christopher Lloyd playing
The
Rick
live,
from-
the live action Rick
Yeah.
and Morty, and how
Is that going to
everybody.
be an episode?
So we don't know because everyone. So the whole thing, and I'm not going to spoil anything because spoilers. Not going to say anything, so don't worry. Spoiler free here. The ending of season 5 made questionable decisions about seasons to come.
I kind of
Future
honestly
seasons.
thought
What show?
season 5 was trash compared to all the other seasons. It just wasn't
I
the
didn't
same.
like season 4. Season 4. I didn't like. I didn't like
For what
season
show?
I am not
for
caught
Rick
up.
and Morty.
Oh,
But
I
no
haven't watched
spoiler.
that show ever.
No spoilers for season 5. But the ending, it made future seasons questionable. It was like, are they even gonna do future seasons? Are those future seasons going to be, solid character growth? Are they gonna be weird? Are they gonna introduce some new shit? But the ending to season 5 made everything very questionable about the show. But that's all I'm gonna say.
I've only
but-
seen like scenes and stuff from Rick and Morty. I've never like gotten into it.
You need to sit down and binge watch it, Don. I'm telling you.
No.
The one I did think
For
was
out of
funny.
context memes.
The one I did think was really funny, but went super downhill, and I don't even watch like the last 2 seasons, was Archer. I just stopped having any care about that shit. It wasn't good anymore to me.
I watched the first season of Archer and thought it was great, and I just never watched the second season. Probably because that's when I started watching Bob's Burgers, and I got like 5 seasons into Bob's Burgers and stopped watching.
Did it
that.
make you feel like you were like part of the show because he was cooking burgers?
Don's on fire
No.
tonight.
every
I know,
every
right?
time-
Oh, we have a guest.
Every time I think of Every
Oh,
time
there
I
we
think of every time I
Hi,
think of
Red
hi
Line.
Redline. Every time I think of
Hello.
fucking Bob's Burgers, I just think of the scene from Family Guy where that same actor is in the comedy club. You know, and he's
Wait.
like, "Hey guys, you want to hear you want to hear an impression of that guy Archer from Archer? Hi guys, I'm Archer." And it's like really funny because it's the same exact fucking voice actor.
Oh lordy. All right. Well, we have a guest now.
Anyway, hi Redline, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
How are those t-shirts coming along?
Which ones?
The good
The
ones.
good ones? The good ones?
The,
They're coming.
I
The one that I specifically
invaded
need
Delve
before
and I
Vegas.
got I invaded Delve and all I got was this lousy T-shirt.
Have
It's
you
weird.
figured out what the Goon Victory one's gonna be yet? Is it gonna be like I defended Delve and,
I think
and all I
it's-
got was this?
I
So
think it should
there's-
be.
So there's gonna be two. The one thing that I want to do is I want to do that flexing bee
Mhm.
that I showed you guys last time, and then I want to have that with some funny tagline, and then me and another goon friend have been working on a different one that I think is going to be cool, and that's going to be a surprise for everybody.
I think what you should make is a bee with like its wing tattered and like it looks like it's beat up and like I can keep going or something like that.
I didn't
When
hear
we
no
look-
bell.
I didn't hear no. Yeah, we're fucked up, but we're still standing.
That would be a good one.
Hi,
That'd be
Dunk.
a fucking good one.
Wow, Dunk came to say
Dunk,
hi.
hi Dunk. Well, Dunk, I hate.
I was
to
literally
embarrass
just
you.
sending you a message, Don.
I hate to embarrass you, Dunk, if you're still watching. But
Don't
I created
embarrass
a
him
meme-
before.
I created a meme right before the show.
Don't embarrass him
and
No
before I
one,
thank him.
no one sees
And it-
needs to see your meme.
And
The
no,
journey.
I'm doing.
No one needs to see your meme, Mifune.
Here we go. With the Brave problems.
Promise.
Dude,
So
the
the
guy
whole-
come.
Sounds like shattered armor problems to me.
Yeah, so like the whole thing, for those who don't know with the Brave things, is that Dunk kind of was like, oh yeah, I had no planning in the Pappy channels. I had no idea about everything that was going down. And then
I mean,
Shattered
Dunk
Armor-
might be correct that he wasn't in it.
Oh, I know Dunk was correct that he wasn't in it. That's the
Way
whole...
to make Dunko watching the stream to leaving.
That's the whole funny thing about it, is that Dunk is the leader of Brave and wasn't involved in any planning, yet the guy under Dunk was sought after.
Let's let Redline kind of go in because
Yeah,
you got
'cause
to be
Redline-
front row and center onto all of the drama
Yes,
to spill it
Redline
out
got it.
on Tuesday.
God, that was fun, wasn't it?
I had to watch the rerun on it because I couldn't watch it live, and it just kept. It was like an hour and a half of like
It was longer than that.
them like bickering. I'm like, they should have just done this before they left. Fucking,
They did do it before they left. They
I know.
they left yesterday. So I mean, what do you want to know? What do you want to know about? Because I'll tell you anything you want to know.
Why don't you
Obviously, I know
recap for the audience, since I know some of them may not watch your show, and
oh,
and,
come
you
on,
know,
guys! X
I
up
pretty
in the
much only have
Twitch
goons.
chat. X up in the Twitch chat if you watch my show. I know you're there. I know you're out there. I can see
was.
you. Okay, Henry did a Y. That doesn't count.
Where's the
Unfortunate.
red line? Where's the red line Morgan Freeman impression where he's just like, I can smell you.
No. Anyways, so the story goes, and this is all third party because nobody really confirmed it, but the story goes that there's a certain person that's in charge of Brave's human resource department who's a real piece of shit. And just likes to try to get people kicked if they don't like him.
I feel
Or is
like
that
this is
something
deja
different?
vu. This feels like no. I just realized this is like deja vu. Al Gorson is their Nidus in a different way, but he's caused useless and causing drama, right?
Well, according to what people are saying, he's not necessarily useless. He is causing drama and apparently has caused drama before, and what it spilled into was essentially a corporation in Brave, Black Crow Bandit, the Black Crow Bandits, by the way. Just kind of leaking some kind of dirty laundry, and then they left and they joined Pandemic Horde yesterday, I believe, the day they did that. And so we we had a bunch of those guys on, and thankfully, Shattered Armor. Yes, we listened to one side of the story. You are correct, Dunk. And we had Shattered Armor on to kind of give a different perspective of it.
And he really didn't have any perspective at all. He's like, that's all HR's department. That's basically what I heard for 2 hours.
Well, it wasn't necessarily that. It was just he tried to take the he tried to talk on the points as best as he could, but I mean, if he's not involved with it, then he's not involved in it. Like Shattered's the military director for Brave, not the HR guy. If anybody is qualified to talk on it, it's probably Dunk. And if he's saying that that he's the only one that actually talked to everybody involved, then I'd trust his judgment over anybody else. I wish he would have been on the show, but he was busy, doing other stuff.
I'm
That we
a
can't
big Dunk
talk about on
Dunk
Twitch.
Dinkle fan.
I love Dunk. Dunk, are you going to Vegas?
He better be, and he's gonna wear his Aquarius t-shirt. He invaded Aquarius, and all he got was that lousy t-shirt.
He invaded Aquarius twice and got a lousy t-shirt out of it.
It's gonna be great. I want to meet up with Dunk at Vegas. That'll be fun.
So
Yeah,
I'm
me
Randy and
actually
I are getting
kind of
fucked up.
I'm actually kind of bummed about for the people that bought this shirt already, because I am looking at a way to make it so that you could actually personalize it and put your capsuleer name on the back of it. So everybody who bought one already, I'm sorry.
Speaking
But
of that, you can.
It just means they have to
already
get
do that.
another one.
You can already do that on the INN Sector 6 apparel store. So go get your merch before Vegas.
Where would we get a link for that,
You
Mifune?
can
Oh,
get
it'd be
that
like
down
underneath.
below.
You just scroll down a little bit.
fucking shills.
Also, if you scroll down, you can find out that we're the official ambassador of Green Man Gaming.
The what?
Green
Yeah,
Man
what is that?
Gaming, they are a server hosting for all your server hosting needs. And as well as Nitrado, I believe, is our other sponsor in that aspect.
What kind of microphone are you using, Mifune? I'm using a
Oh my
Blue
God.
Yeti Blackout right now. You can tell by the rich dulcet tones.
I am also using a Blue Yeti words.
Yeah, so you're fired. You're not allowed to do the advertisements anymore. Congratulations on that.
Hey! There is such thing as takes and advertisements.
You know what?
Not when you're running it
Not-
live.
Yeah, I was gonna say not in radio, only TV. But I'm using a Blue Yeti Pro, I believe, or Blue Yeti X. Can't remember. One of the two, but I'm using a better one than you guys.
What color is it?
It's black. I didn't want
Way
the
to
World of
poor
Warcraft
shame
edition.
us.
Because fuck you.
I'm using a Razer Siren because fuck.
Yeah, do that.
Wow, Redline.
What? I'm not sponsored by Blue.
No, but we
Do
are.
you want to be sponsored by Blue?
I would love to be sponsored by anybody, but if anybody sponsored my
Yeah,
content,
right.
they would be very dumb.
Redline's gonna be what's that one guy? Markiplier, where he did the whole. You guys ever see the thing where he begs people for his sponsorships?
I don't think
There's
that
some
that
no
is
okay, because they
exactly
he has
what you're.
no
Brett
he
is
has
barking up the wrong tree there, bud.
no he's got some funny ass videos where it's like he receives like a press care package from like Sour Patch Kids, and he like reviews them, and it's like, please God, dear God, sponsor me. And he's like talking absolute shit about Sour Patch Kids, but the entire time being like, go buy Sour Patch Kids, even though they taste like shit. They're funny. If you haven't seen them, they're pretty funny. But anyway. So Redline, how has Trash Talk Tuesday been? I haven't watched the past couple ones.
It's been pretty good. We had an actual kind of chill show week before, well, last week, and then this week it popped off, as it always does on the weeks that I don't expect it to. Thankfully, we had a lot of people that wanted to come on and talk about their experiences in the Brave Collective. And a lot of people don't want to take credit for it. Wild to me, but But otherwise, it's going great. People make jokes. I make T-shirts out of jokes, and people buy T-shirts.
Is that
I mean,
through
what?
Teespring or someone else?
It's through Printify. So it's through now, but it's going to be through Printful soon. I might do Teespring though. Seems like it makes more sense.
So Redline, how are you feeling post-war? Do you think that maybe you feel closer to the Imperium, or do you feel further away?
What do you mean?
Well,
Do you feel
physically,
that-
he's further away.
No, but do you feel
Am
like
I?
that
I mean,
you're
are you
more?
hanging out in the T5Z next door to 1DQ?
Do you
Then
feel like
must be further away?
Do you feel like Redline as the player in EVE Online is closer being friendly with the Imperium now as opposed to before the war, or not so much?
I think that as a proud member of the Imperium Blacklist, that I can never be further or closer to being friendly to the Imperium. It's just there's permanent place that I exist of blacklist.
But you could be taken off the blacklist. It does happen.
When was the last time that we've seen that happen to a major person in nullsec?
I'm not major in
Not
nullsec, dude. I left the war in August of last year.
Yeah.
There's a first time for everything, Mifune. Don't be, I don't know, sourpuss, deadbeat.
Would you ever, if
negative
you were
Nancy.
taken off the blacklist, would you want to come join us?
I
Be our
asked
friends?
I asked 3 times. Never happened. You gotta talk to the Matani man. Matani man has to take me off himself. Nobody else can do it.
And I doubt he would.
So
Sorry,
you-
Redline. No offense, but
So you want to be our friend? You want to come back?
Of course. I'm always like to join the winning team.
and that's why you'll never be taken off.
What do you mean? I joined
I don't
NC
know.
when
I
they were
mean-
in the midst of losing all of their space. Come on, dude.
I am not a diplomat. I don't even
I mean,
know any
isn't it-
diplomats. Well, actually, maybe I do. But if
Anyone-
anyone
come on.
is watching, hang on for a second, Mifune. If anyone is watching, or if anyone wants to clip this, I personally, as a man, as Greg Haza, would vouch for Redline to come back to the Imperium.
Now, why would you go and do a thing like that?
Because I think you're a good dude.
Well, do I have a surprise for you?
Shut up, bitch. You're nice.
Don't tell my secrets, Don. What we do in Minecraft and all that kind of stuff, that doesn't count. This is EVE Online. I'm a giant asshole in EVE Online, right? Can't see the chat because microphone's in the way.
Yeah.
This Razer Siren microphone, by the way.
I wish
So-
that I had gotten to know you in Goonswarm.
Why?
But
Because
I
then
think-
people wouldn't hate you for being my friend.
So Redline. So
Yes.
we were doing a couple Whelp Squad things earlier this week. I
that
was
sounds
having a great conversation with Razor, and we were reminiscing about the old days of Liberty Squad with you, Thomas Lear, Keish, old days of Liberty Squad in FDZ and UMON. Just
Yeah,
blowing
man.
shit up all the fucking time.
Apparently, your fleets were pretty bad.
Yeah, Redline's
Mm.
fleets were always terrible, but they were funny. They were so terrible. It's like my fleets. They're so terrible, they're funny.
I don't think you've ever been on one of my fleets, actually.
I have been on a grand total of 3 of your fleets because that's when I joined Liberty Squad.
Well, the cool thing is that I never actually ran fleets for Liberty Squad.
You
so
did though.
I
You
didn't.
used to.
I was never in Liberty Squad. They wouldn't let me join. Instead, I was in Space Ghost, which was the AUTZ SIG. I was actually helping to lead that with Cash before he left on deployment and left
I
me
could have
holding the
sworn that
bag.
it was you and Cash with Thomas Lear in Liberty.
Nope. It was Thomas Lear and Kanan primarily with Zintage and Naka as a backup. And Zintage also, when I started falling out of favor with Papa Goon, Zintage was running fleets in Space Ghost as well.
Huh.
And then he kind of took over for me as the AUTZFC when I kind of stopped doing things and people didn't want me to do things anymore. So I can pretty confidently say that I don't think you've been on any of my fleets. Because if my fleets weren't good, if my fleets weren't fun, then they wouldn't have got more people in them than some strat pings around that time. And they did. So, wild ride.
Well, I've never been on any of your fleets, but I'm pretty sure that I've shot at you a couple times.
I have Redline's corpse in the Dagon.
Give that back.
Oh, yeah.
I will not.
I have a Brisker Ball corpse sitting in 1DQ.
There's so many of those, though.
Yeah, why? That's not a rare thing.
My Dave Archer corpse is in my Nyx.
Oh, so you have
Speaking
Redline
of
corpse, too.
other streamers too, Jinja Flame is the one that clipped that for
Yes.
you. I fought that dude in a battleship, and then he ran away the second time.
I love Jinja. He's a great guy.
Yeah, his couple of his corpses too.
I think I have a Mind One corpse somewhere.
Oh yeah,
I think-
that's not hard either.
I think after 3 years of me not running fleets and goons that you guys have like weird memories of things that didn't happen. Moomin saying I always needed looking after. And nobody looked at me. You did that? Oh god, what was that?
I
I don't know. It sounds like your Razer mic's a piece of shit, like most Razer products after a month and a half.
I was gonna say you sound like Machine Head from Invincible. No one? No one for that?
Do I
Oh,
sound
come
like-
on.
Do I sound like a
It
robot? or
wasn't a
something?
good show.
Invincible was fantastic. Invincible. Not only was Invincible
I really liked it.
fantastic, but Machine Head
Angry Superman. Got it. Cool.
was, hey, it's better than fucking Brightburn, okay?
That was just fucking depressed Superman.
No, Brightburn was evil Superman, and then Invincible did it fucking better.
Redline Moomin is saying that he scouted for you, and how dare you forget him?
How dare I forget him? I mean, that's fine.
Now, Moomin, you're a gentleman. What would you have any misgivings about having Redline back in the Imperium? And Moomin, why aren't you on our show? Why have you not ever come on our show?
Have you
We
met
would love
us?
to have you on, sir.
Yeah, have you met us, Greg?
Is there a game-wide structure browser?
Yes, there is. Not a game
How do I
bot. I'm not
access-
sure about a game. I know there's the in-game structure browser. I'm not sure if you
Yeah,
can...
it looks like I can just do that by region.
Yeah, as
I
far as
don't-
all of Eve, I'm not sure. I don't think so.
For an undisclosed reason, I need the names of all the Keepstars that belong to PanFam, Frat, Test, and etc.
You can get those on your fucking own.
Yeah,
I feel like you could just fly around.
I'm not gonna f around. I'd have to log in for that.
That is true. You're not winning unless you're not logging in.
Man, if you're not logging in now and you're only doing a talk show, you're one step closer to Matterall every day.
Didn't he leave his talk show?
Yes, he
I
did.
don't know. Sure.
The
He
Matterall?
did that, yeah.
Did he?
Yeah, he's
Wait.
stepping back because he's
Because-
tired of everybody attacking him. So he's like, okay, maybe if I step back, people will leave TT or trash. Sorry, no, talking stations alone. And for the most part, yes, because there's nothing to talk about over there.
That's the same reason that Billy stepped down, right? So people would stop shitting on him.
No, Billy has
Where
a
did
new
Billy step down
job.
from?
Billy has a new job. And he's, obviously lost the war. He's very busy. Like, he's just like, you know what? I'll take the blame. And you know what? I'll step down. I'm too busy as it is anyways. So, like, we don't need to make shit up.
I heard Billy's new job is behind the dumpster at Walmart.
Okay, well, now you can make something up because that's pretty funny. Do you guys have Walmarts in Canada, right?
Yeah, for $15 a man, apparently.
Yes, Billy's also doing the CSM, so
That's
he's got that work to
really
do.
toxic for no reason.
Can you imagine
It's all
how
in good
fucking
fun.
shitty a CSM meeting's got to be at this point when your
Oh
whole
my God, the
platform
best
is
part-
running off removing goons from Eve, and then you're like,
What-
oh wait,
No,
what do I do now?
all of them. No. Remember, the rest of them were like that.
Yeah, and
Right?
now
At
this
least 4 of them were like that. The other 2 don't care. So the 3 Empyrean ones get to sit there smug as a bug in a rug.
What do you
Well,
guys
they-
think the
this for-
CSM talks about?
themselves.
Themselves.
Do you think the CSM doesn't talk about, like new skill plan windows and stuff like that?
I don't think they do.
I'm sure they had some input on this, but I bet you the art team was just like, this'll work, right?
This will work.
Yeah, do you think that's
Mhm.
a good question? Do you think they ran that past anybody that actually played the game and said, yeah, try this out? Like,
I don't know.
who would go, oh, that's fucking great?
It's
Anybody that's
crazy.
ever played this game would not. I could fucking almost 100% guarantee.
I mean, it's crazy to me because mine works fine. Like, I don't get the problem. And
It's
looks
not that
good.
it doesn't work. It's just it's really inconveniently large, and it's not well laid out. Like, I'm sure if they don't change it back, once people get used to it, it won't be that big of a deal. My only wish is you could bypass, when you open it up, you could bypass the little skill plan thing. Like, just not have that show up, because those, for newer players, yeah, sure, but for most of us that have been around or playing in nullsec for any given time, like, most of those pre-made skill plans are already well and truly, like, we have those skills.
I mean, that's just an extra click, right? There are some issues with, like, if your queue is really long, there's some overlapping of, like, the buttons and stuff, which is kind of silly, and there's a lot of empty space, which kind of sucks. But I mean, if you size it right and just not try to break the system, it looks good. It looks fine. I think I'm in the minority there.
Another big thing I wanted to go over this week was some of the Ess fights that are going on throughout Delve and I guess throughout all of New Eden, right? Because that's kind of a thing.
There's been some good fights. Like, we had that one against that dude multi-boxing Dominix's in Scorpion that was putting up a hell of a fight for a lot of us.
It was a good scrap, yeah.
The last time I went on an ESS roam, it was with my corp, and we went out, and I decided, hey, why not stream it on INN for fun? It was, we were having a bit of fun with it. Just why not? There was nothing else going on, so Live Shifter was like, go for it. And we streamed it, and then we didn't realize, of course, our one and only Logipilot had an MWD fitted, even though we screamed, make sure you have an AB, make sure you have an AB. No, and he still comes with a freaking MWD. So at the end of every site, I ended up playing Geolocator on the stream for 10 minutes, waiting for this ship to burn out of the bubble from the ESS.
I keep hearing about this Geo games, man. We got a dude at work that is obsessed with it.
We should, you know what, Dawn? Should we do Geolocator as a group on stream? Why the hell
What
not?
is Geolocator?
So the whole thing is it plops you in a random 5-mile radius in the entire world on Google Maps, and you have to guess where in the world you are.
I have seen that with by street. You can use by street signs.
You use street signs and
landmarks.
and
I've done
to
that.
try,
That's
to try
really
and
cool.
figure out. And that's what I ended up doing on stream during the last time I did an ESS round, because
okay, I have a question
was
here.
so boring.
So, Redline.
Yes, dear.
What game do you think Greg and I should play for the charity stream?
EVE Online.
No, that'll be boring as shit.
Plus,
Greg and I'll just sit there and mine the whole time.
Y'all still need to
really
give me
bad at
games
EVE
to play.
Online.
Like, give me any VR game and I'll do it. Give me any shooter game and I'll do it.
But But
Play
yeah,
that
we'll-
one VR scary
GeoGuessr
game.
Eve edition would be trash because, like, if you're trying to guess where you are, like, the systems
No.
get really generic. There'd be really no way to know.
It'd be easy because you could just look at the
You could look at the
sky map.
skybox. You look at the skybox to see what region you're in.
Real Eve players can tell where they are just from looking at the sky.
I can tell from looking at my overview too.
I can tell by looking at your mother's butt.
Whoa!
Dave
That's
on.
just rude, isn't it?
I mean, I don't know how you can tell from looking at her butt. She's got a fat ass, and the whole rest of her is fat as fuck. So, like, she encompasses half the
Are you
globe.
talking
when
about
she
your
farts.
mother like that?
Yeah, she's a
Clearly.
fucking bitch ass fucking cunt. Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Sorry.
Jesus.
Cave it
What you doing
together.
Tuesday?
Calm down there.
Sorry for swearing on Twitch, people.
We can swear, just
Just like not that swear.
Oh, it's all right.
Yeah.
Listen. Speaking of things that start with C, downtime or no downtime? What I don't understand. Explain it to me,
What?
please.
What
Somebody
is that transition?
What?
explain downtime to me. I don't understand anymore. Why would they take
Okay.
something that has worked for 20 Jesus years?
I like the
And
dude that
says
was
the whole-
saying last time we had no downtime. The reason we have no downtime is because the CCP has no new content to give us.
That's pretty funny, actually. No, so, okay, for those of you who don't know, and for Greg, who's pretending not to know, downtime is required for server maintenance and updates, right? And as well as causing a reset on certain things that despawn throughout the day or get used up throughout the day. But downtime has a negative effect strategically because it gives people a hard safety point where no matter what, the game will shut down for everyone. So if they get caught, if they're being attacked, or if they're trying to ref a structure, or they'll tank it. They'll use downtime to tank certain things, as well as for the early players where there's things that only happen once a day. They get that opportunity to go get it every day on the clock all the time, and it cuts a lot of people out of certain content that's available. So downtime's got its place, but it would be nice if they could fix it to not need it.
Well, over the years, they've severely shortened how much.
Well, because
time.
we're at what 3 to 5 minutes at this point.
3.5 minutes. 3.5 minutes for Tranquility Reboot. Now, for reference, all the way back in 2016, 5 years ago, it was at a grand total of about 15 minutes. For Tranquility.
I mean, I remember when downtime was well over an hour.
Yeah. So the fact that they have shrunk it down this small, is a huge fucking improvement. It's just a matter of getting it to where the server can run 24/7 without any downtime at all. But I personally think Spaghetti Code won't allow it. I think we can get it down to as close as maybe 2 minutes, but I think the Spaghetti Code will get in the way, and there will never be a point where the server can just stay active 24/7, 365.
So, Mafuna, you play all kinds of video games. What's Pico Park?
Pico Park?
Yeah, this guy in chat saying play Pico Park for the charity stream.
Sounds familiar. As to what it is, I don't know.
No idea, but we should look it up. Greg and I are thinking Portal 2
Let's see.
might be
Pico
fun to
Park.
watch Greg and I try to play together, because he'll be like, what
Is
are
it
you
gonna be a
talking
solo
about?
or like?
That's going to be
just
Dawn
you
just
two?
screaming at
No,
Greg
no,
while
okay,
Greg
I
spins in
can't-
circles looking at the
You
ceiling.
can't stream, I know.
I can't
So
stream, so I
someone
have to
has
be with
stream it
somebody.
Greg.
So
Okay.
that's why I'm like thinking of like fun games that Greg and I do together.
I like
So,
I'm a
like-
consolation prize.
You're not a
No,
consolation prize.
you
You're
are
the
the-
fucking grand champion trophy, okay? You are what winners walk home with. Olympians, they get gold medals. What are those good for? Dawns, they get you. You're a fucking gem, Greg. Don't ever fucking forget it, okay?
You are the
Oh, thank
American
you, man.
basketball team when we played the USSR in the Olympics, Greg. Mr. Old References.
See, now you ruined it.
See, I think so far, for as what I am planning at least for the charity stream, is maybe some Half-Life Alyx,
Isn't that the
maybe.
VR one?
Yes, because I'm trying to do something different and do a lot of VR oriented
So
games.
you're gonna do a stream of your face in a VR headset where everyone's just gonna
No.
look at you being goofy?
No, it's
No, he's
going to
gonna
be with
stream
the
the
green
game.
screen, and it's going to be me standing with the VR headset on, and then the game.
Dancing? Play Just Dance, please.
Well,
Yeah.
I thought about loading up Beat Saber. I could do I could do Rap God on Beat Saber. I've beaten Rap God on Beat Saber before, so I can do that.
Perfect or not?
Not
Are you
perfect, but
are
I
you
can
allowed to
get
do
through it.
songs like that?
That's debatable. That's something I probably have to talk to Life Shifter about on whether or not we will get hit for streaming Beat Saber. But I can do Pavlov. I can do The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners game, Half-Life Alyx. I can do Stride, which is kind of like Mirror's Edge but in VR.
Can't you already play Mirror's Edge in VR?
Not really. It's VR supported, but it's not full VR. So it's like you could wear your VR headset, but you still have to use like a controller. You still have to use like
Gotcha.
a keyboard, mouse, joystick controller, whatever. You can't like stand up and play it.
By the way, we lost a Rorqual.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, the guy was apparently AFK.
Well, of course.
Does anyone want to? Before you look, if you haven't looked already, does anyone want to play Guess That Corp?
I've already seen it.
Amok.
Ascendance.
No.
No,
You
I've already
have
seen
a
it.
good
Pick 'em
guess with asking, but
Pick 'em
it's-
anyways.
Hey.
Kick
Hey.
Shut up,
Ascendance.
fair
Fuck
name.
that,
Fuck
dude.
ASCII.
ASCII's recruiting.
It is PLA.
The people that never
That was
pay
gonna be
attention.
my next. That's gonna be my
They've been
next
doing
guess.
pretty well for a while, so
'Cause they
What?
haven't been logging in, and you know it.
that's not true. Our
They get
Chinese
shit
brethren
on
are
every
fantastic.
time we do our the metrics and everything. What are you talking about?
Listen,
I like
so-
PLA. They're
PLA
nice guys.
just we're taking a break, and they're also like it's a very interesting dynamic between PLA, which is was our longest time Chinese corp.
Have we had
Then-
PLA on Theta Thursday?
No, but that's because like you and I can't speak Chinese. So
I'm sure they have
Yeah.
some
Things
people
like-
that speak English.
They
So
rarely
Vitten-
do. We have tried before, and PLA has like a grand total of 3 people that can actually speak English.
sorry, my mom texted me. I'm
No,
closing my house on Monday.
So yeah, whatchamacallit, I just thought of I could also play Population 1. Population 1 would be pretty fun. For those who don't know, Population 1 is basically like Fortnite but in VR.
What about like
Have you
Don't
guys,
Starve Together or like Humans Fall Flat or something?
I said
Ooh.
humans fall flat.
You guys want to buy some dreads?
How
I'll give
much?
you this.
How
Yeah, I'll
much?
buy some dreads.
I'll buy them for about $2 bill.
I will
less
buy
than what they're
I will buy your dreads at 200 Shroot bucks per hole.
Great.
Unfortunately, they're not interchangeable with Stanley nickels, but we can work out a deal.
Damn, now I really want to play fucking Beat Saber right now. Jeez.
So apparently you can only see structures that you have access to in the structure
Yeah.
browser.
Do you
Yes.
not have
Believe
access
so.
to those structures anymore?
No, remember
Come on
he's
now.
in NSH now.
So?
Or are you still in NSH?
Yeah, I'm still in an SH. It's weird though, because I can see the jump gates.
You guys
If
could
you
always
own
kiss and
jump
make
gate-
up.
Are you like leadership of NSH?
No. No, I'm not. I am just a person in an SH.
I'm just a girl.
But I do have tether ability in TKE, which is strange and kind of impressive.
You should come down to Delve and see if there's anything left you can tether on. I think we
Okay.
cleared everything out.
Yeah, I'll take a look. See. Let me just see if there's any entrances to delve. Yeah, there's. Cool.
Living out of a wormhole right now, Redline?
What's up?
I said you living out of a wormhole right now?
Just make a
No.
new email that's called like totally not redline at gmail.com and then make an account off that and apply to Imperium.
I actually made a new character called Definitely Not Redline 13, so I could do the new player experience. Fun.
What did you think of it? We heard Mifune's long rendition of it. What did you think of it?
What was Bufune's rendition of it?
You got to watch the first 20 minutes of the show.
You're not rehashing that.
So my impression of it is that I really hope that they expand on it because it was actually super cool. And it was a great way. It's a great way to get new players like invested in a storyline. Unfortunately, there is no storyline afterwards, which kind of sucks. But you could super definitely tell that it was it's just the beginning, right?
So from what Mifune was saying, it sounds like it's more cinematic than like a technical new player experience.
Not really. It depends on your definition of a technical new player experience. My definition of a new player experience is something to get people invested in what they're doing. And definitely, if I was a brand new player, I would have been invested in Balin and Vashir Sepix or whatever her name is. I really want to know who attacked the fucking station. Spoilers, I'm sorry. But you saw it in the trailer. I really want to know who attacked the station, so I'm hoping that...
They tell you.
They don't tell you?
Yes, they do.
Little-
They fucking...
No, they don't.
When the drifters attack, they say, oh, these must be the same exact people that attacked the stations because their signature radiuses matches what Aurora scanned when the station blew up.
Yes, but they don't say who they are.
They say
They
they're
don't say
fucking
who they are.
drifters! They're
No, they don't.
drifters!
They're not drifters. They're something different.
They just have a drifter ship model because I think they've used the drifter ship models in a couple of cast renditions
Everything ever.
of the new player experience. Which, let me tell you, drifter like cruisers look like just floating space station things. Like they're long
floating
with like a
turds.
little front. Yeah, they're not cool design. The battleships look pretty cool, but the cruisers are stupid. Change them. Yeah. So,
Well, in my mind, so what I can see happening with the new player experience and Air is that they're going to start developing Air as a as an actual training group for new players, which is great. Hopefully that's a good way to get them into like the Magic 14 and stuff like that. I doubt it is because CCP can make money off of the Magic 14 now, and typically when you can make money off of something, there's few things that will make you give it away for free again.
We talked about a possibility or something that we thought would be interesting is if when you're done with the new player experience, if you would be given the option to play with another player, approved players who aren't going to like just gang people, right? But if you had not force you to play with somebody else, but where it gave you the option, like, do you want to learn from another capsuleer and help try to get people connected with other people, or at least give them that opportunity? Because we were talking about the MPs, so useful.
Yeah, at the beginning of every major WoW expansion, there is an epic battle that your player character participates in with dozens of other player characters in an instance. And it really works to get everybody invested into that expansion at the very beginning. If only Eve had something like that they could use, that would be great, but it wouldn't. I don't know if it would even get used.
I don't know if it would fit very well for like a new player experience with how Eve works either.
You kidding me, man? An army of Asteros just going to town? That'd be great.
What if Concord grabbed a couple people that were all a month old and offered them an opportunity, like, do you want to help Concord? So they don't have to do it, but maybe the younger account, it offers them and it takes them to a battlefield where they've got the Concord ships fighting some Garista ships or something, and it's a big old battle, but it is NPCs, but the players are there and the players have a goal of working together to kill something.
So this crazy Keats in the chat is saying it's not drifters and they're flying Macarials.
They are. There's a couple that come out with there's like 2 Dramiels. There's a Scorpion a Megathron, and 2 Macarials.
But they're
There's
labeled.
also Falcons.
They're labeled as drifters. When you look at their
But that's not drifter ships. Nor is that how, like, by lore, the drifters function in their weird hive mind bullshit.
Now I have to go and look at the video that I made of it. You son of a bitch.
Ooh, you made a video.
Yeah, I recorded a video of it.
Yeah, so crazy. Mifune also brought that up, that apparently even the Astero you fly has some skin that you can't get elsewhere.
So they're marked as hostile frigate, hostile battleship, and hostile cruiser. They're not marked as drifters. Did you even pay attention?
Yes.
You're lying.
I did.
They're literally just marked as hostile frigate, hostile battleship, and hostile cruiser. And they're regular ship models. They're not drifters. Which goes back to my previous point of that it would be nice to find out who they are. And I'm looking forward to the day when I can.
There's a recurring segment on Theta Thursday. We like to give shout outs, and we like to do some art. And I don't know if I showed this last week, but one of our regulars on the show, founding member of Theta Thursday, Mr. Docs Hackard. I drew a picture of Docs. That's him being English.
Top hat and a monocle.
Top hat and his monocle.
Hat and a monocle. Brits everywhere are fucking crying their eyes out.
Man, I remember when the biggest problem in EVE Online was the fucking monocle. Take me back to those days.
Yeah, wasn't there a big thing?
They were so offended at people monetizing things. That was like, please, can we just do that instead of this?
I have a note here, and it says, and I don't know what it means. I wasn't really paying attention in the pre-show meeting, but it says Kiki's in Outer Passage. Somebody want to explain that?
Is someone flying Kiki fleets in Outer Passage? Maybe, like, isn't that what Initiative, maybe?
No, something Kikamora, something Roracle, something Titan.
Oh,
they killed like 3 Roracles in Outer Passage and a Kiki.
No.
That's
there was a Titan killed this week, I think, because a Kiki fleet from Initiative went and attacked some Roracles, and according to your dear leader Sandrin Stone, some 5 dumbasses decided they wanted to use their supers, and a Ragnarok jumped in and bumped off of a fax, and since it was stuck off to the side by itself, the Kikis ate it.
I mean, we could also go on about how the Moloch and the Vanquisher got dread bombed when they decided to go and shoot an Athanor.
That was like 2 weeks ago.
Was that 2 weeks ago now? Am I that bad at time?
It was like a week and a half. I don't know. It was last week. But yeah, some dumbasses. So I just wanted you testicles to know that your Sandrin Stone thinks you're a dumbass.
Okay, those are in the last 7 days on Z-Kill, so it wasn't a week and a half ago.
Shut up. It's just some dumbass ton of money, and apparently, according to Rain, he's a jerk.
That was 5 days ago, Don.
Okay. I like how you just keep talking. I'm like, I don't care, but like 2 faction Titans die.
Yeah, 2 faction Titan dies. Those are more expensive than Keepstars at the moment.
That's true.
Pretty big deal.
I mean, a regular Titan's more expensive than a Keepstar at the moment, at least in production.
Like, unironically, it's an actual big deal that 2 faction Titans die.
Just means, it's like, can they even be replaced right now? Because I know the one person in Theta that was making an Aeon, one Aeon, gave up after 2 months, 3 months of trying to collect items and just made 2 faxes.
They are replaceable, not easily.
No, I don't think you can get enough stuff, Avon, to build any of them.
I got a Komodo in the oven that disagrees with you.
Yeah, but you had most of what you needed for it already. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. These are replaceable, not easily. It's not like you can crank one out on any given Sunday, but like they are replaceable. I'm assuming if he already owned 2 faction Titans, he's not short on Ess.
But maybe he's short on brain cells.
That's a good possibility.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
It might be
there's an-
short on ISK now.
Yeah, that's true. After losing 2 faction titans.
I mean, 2 faction titans is at least 10% of my net worth.
Well, I mean, he's got 2 faction titans. He is also a current participant in the AT tournaments, isn't he? I feel like I've seen those names on their AT team.
I'm not sure.
Of which I
haven't
think
been
they
able
were
to
not
watch any.
doing horribly. I don't know if they were doing like super hot, but I know they were in the feeder matches.
I haven't been watching at all because they did a bunch of that. I didn't know they were going on, and then B, I happened to be running around the whole time that they were going on. So
They were very good
what's
matches.
left in?
There were some pretty good matches, and I think the only Imperium team. Wait, no, we only
TNT's
had
still in.
TNT's still in, and I think the main Imperium team didn't have to participate in the feeder matches. I'm not entirely sure how that
Correct.
works.
They so the way they did it was that they had everybody who had competed in tournaments that have gone on since the AT. So like Anger Games, the Event Alliance Open, anybody who competed in those and placed well was automatically put into the first round of the tournament. Everybody else went into a silent auction bid system where they put forth plex and were given the chance to be in the feeder rounds. And I think there were, I forget how many teams there were, but now everybody who won in the feeder rounds is going to play against each other again the opening weekend of the tournament. And then whoever, like the winners, are going to go against the people that were placed in the actual round 1. And then we'll start having like the final 16 teams that are actually going to be competing for the grand prize.
So, did you watch the Anger Games? Were you part of that at all, Redline?
No, I wasn't.
Because
I
I've
heard
heard.
it was.
So,
I
I
heard it
watched
was
one
goon
match.
focused, super goon focused, goon biased. Sothersil. I think that's what.
I don't know. I watched
Didn't
one
Goons
match
not
of
win?
it, and it happened to be the match where the dudes brought Edencom. No, it was like Edencom or Triglavian ships. They tried to bring them, and they got banned. No, it was they tried to bring Triglavian ships, and they said Empire only, and they banned them for trying to bring Triglavian ships, and that was the whole issue: is whether or not Triglavian ships were faction or Empire.
They're faction. Get over it.
They are not faction.
Do they own
faction.
Empire? Like, no.
They own space.
They're faction.
They
No,
stole
don't.
it. They're faction.
They're
There are
faction.
4. Can you make them as a playable character? No.
Yes.
You can't play as a Triglavian in
You
the
certainly
character
can.
section.
Get a Triglavian survival suit. Boom, you're Triglavian.
No, you know what I fucking mean. You can't pick
Look,
them in
Don.
the character
Look,
screen,
Don,
okay?
you had me in the first half, but you can definitely play as a Triglavian.
The other
Eventually, but no,
crazy-
you can't select one to start with.
And the reason I asked if you were there for them, because there was another crazy story, and I don't know the validity of it, whether we're using the Anger Games or NT, where something about they banned the capsule. So as soon as one player on the enemy team died, they were disqualified because they were then in a capsule.
Well, yeah, why wouldn't they be? What? What?
So apparently the team banned the capsule as a ship. So as soon as they killed someone on the other side and they turned into a capsule, the team was disqualified for being in a banned ship.
That
I don't know the
seems like-
validity of that, but that seems ridiculous.
That seems like it would be a huge oversight and would be something that my boys that ran the Anger Games would not have let go through. Like, at that point, why even bother? Oh no, there's a Kaldari Elite frigate wreck here.
Speaking of
belongs-
Kaldari Elite frigate wrecks, today
Is that what we're-
it had a fun bombing run today.
Oh, did they?
There was,
On that Keepstar timer you guys ran away from?
And yet
Fortizar.
we refed anyway.
Fortizar.
So
Oh, the Fortizar timer? Yeah.
Not Keepstar, Fortizar Redline.
Sure.
Fortizar,
Well,
get your
yeah.
shit straight.
I'm a couple days ahead of myself. You'll run away from the Keepstar timer in a few days. My bad.
Yeah.
And then what happened was Init went and bombed a pandemic horde, I think it was, Jackdaw fleet, and killed the whole fleet.
Oh no, not the Jackdaws.
Well, Jackdaws. Redline, I want you to think about this.
No.
Jackdaws.
They should
to
all have defender
bombers.
launchers. I understand.
Ja-
I understand the
Jackdaws
irony.
to
I understand.
bombers.
But still,
I'm
he's going to
reiterating
continue
it
to
now.
explain it to you.
Jackdaws to bombers are what common sense is to Mifune.
Big brain.
death, destruction.
Oh, what should I have for dinner? I forgot to eat.
You
Nuggies.
forgot.
Wait, never mind. I didn't forget to eat.
Don,
I forgot
you're-
that I ate.
Don, you're like one of my friends that I have to text every day. Did you eat today? Did you make sure you ate today? Did you
I
fucking
never
lie to
miss a
me?
meal. I forgot that I ate food, and so I was like, "Wait a minute."
I will say that I feel like I have a different opinion than a lot of people with the state of Delve right now. I actually am liking these filament guys that come out here and fuck with our dudes. Because it still
I'll
provides
agree.
us
Sometimes
content.
sometimes they
Good,
piss
because
me
that's
off,
all
though.
you're ever gonna get.
I know.
No. Sometimes they piss me off though, right? Because it's like, oh yeah, you finally get a decent, little Theta fleet comp going. You're gonna go kill these guys, right? They're roaming in Delph, right? And then they go, oh, you camped our only escape. We don't want to take this engagement, so we're gonna cloak up and bounce between safes for 15 fucking minutes.
Well,
and
I'm
flame
more
it out.
fine with it. I'm more fine with it because I feel like it keeps the people in Delve paying attention and on their toes rather than what they're doing as individuals. Like the individual filament fleet, it's kind of irrelevant in the grand scheme of things. Even if they kill 10 orcs, it's not really going to matter. But it keeps more people paying attention on their toes rather than sitting AFK mining or ratting, essentially.
I still miss the days of a ping going out on a Sunday morning from Kunmi. Bombers bar in the area. Stay vigilant. That's what
I remember when
put
they brought like a 200-man bomber fleet, and me and another FC, I forget his name, but we formed interceptors, and we just chased them down and killed all of them with interceptors.
I still
beautiful.
remember what was it? 2018? No. It was early 2019. Early 2019. When Bombers Bar brought 200 dudes in bombers, and at the same time that Bombers Bar was going around, Olmeca had his own fleet out. And Olmeca had another 100 dudes. And it was awful for those of us in Theta Squad with our supers, because we all had 5-hour jump timers. Because we saved one Oracle, then we saved a Redding Super, then we saved another Oracle, and then we saved a whole bunch of people, and we all just ended up back in 1DQ with 5-hour jump timers.
That is
At that
the
point,
one positive to having all of our structures in Delve burned is now that we're putting back up, I don't have to go and see a Olmeca alt in every single fucking system I jump through to see.
You could thank Olmeca for killing his own fucking playstyle and quitting the game for that.
I'm just saying in general, I don't see a neutral in every single system that I have to then figure out if they're cloaked up, AFK, docked somewhere, who knows what. Makes it a lot easier to not have those around. Now it's just worrying about people AWOXing. What was that, Don?
She said, "All right."
She's like that meme of SpongeBob getting up. All right, I'm gonna head out. Well, I do think that maybe it is time to end the show a little early tonight.
It's only 9:30.
Yeah.
Do you have your
Not much else to talk about, though.
Do you have your TikTok dance ready for this week, Mifune, or is that
No.
next week?
That's never.
What? No, that's not what we talked about.
What we talked about was how that'll never happen.
Don, do you have an animal fact this week?
I think Don did.
I think
Did
Dawn
my
died.
dude?
Oh no.
I think Don disconnected, if I'm being honest. So
I
it's
think-
probably
I
not
think her
going to be a
internet
thing
may
again
have,
next time.
Her internet may have hit the shitter.
You
All
gotta
right,
let me
let's-
go at least 16 more jumps. 16 more jumps to get to this wormhole so I can drop and delve and see if there's any structures there
Just
that I
take
can
a
still
fucking
access.
filament, bruh.
I won't go
Where
to
are
delve.
you right now? What
I'm
system?
I'm in Owasso.
Ew, Wassa. Fucking gross. Gross
Yep, I'm
region.
headed to the Spire. There's a
So
wormhole there I'm gonna love.
I can give you an animal fact, Greg.
Is it about giraffes?
No, it's about dolphins
We
in
don't
honor
want
of
it.
the Faroe
Yeah, let
Island
us have
dolphins.
it.
So
Lay
you
it
know
on us,
that
Avon.
dolphins never chew their food?
Did not know that.
They have teeth, but they do not chew their food. They use their teeth for latching onto the food, and then they usually swallow it whole.
You got to work on your delivery of facts because I thought there was a punchline coming. It sounded like
there
a
is.
joke.
Redline, this whole show is a punchline.
The punchline to that would be, you know who else swallows it whole?
Redline's mom.
I'm sure you're going to tell us. Don't talk about my mom.
Well, at least someone in here likes their mom.
Well, my mom is no longer on this earth, so please don't talk about her. Thanks in advance.
Sorry.
Welcome back, Don.
You okay,
We were-
Don?
Avon did an animal fact about dolphins, how they swallow their food whole, and they use their teeth to latch on to their food, and then kind of it back.
Yeah, well, that's how most of them do it.
He just said that they didn't chew it. He didn't say they did all that.
I don't know.
And then-
That's the picture that was painted in my mind when he was speaking. So
Do their food. They just shear it into swallowable bites.
I mean, do you have a better animal fact of the day, Don? You kind of left us.
Well, I'm sorry, I crashed. Whatever. I'll have to think about it. I'm sure I do. If someone gave me an animal, I could give you a fun fact. Probably. Pick an animal that's
Zebras.
Giraffe.
zebras. Zebras have canines.
Giraffe.
Giraffes.
wait, what?
Yeah, zebras have canines. That's what since they're wild horses and they're closer to the horses of prehistoric eras. They actually have canine teeth in their jaw.
Are they omnivores?
No,
Bull giraffes have the longest throat of any animal.
yep. And guess how many vertebrae they have in their necks?
A lot.
732.
They have 7. They're just really big. All mammals, coincidentally, have 7 vertebrae in their neck.
Huh. Hang on, let me count.
Let me count my vertebrae.
Holy
He
shit,
really
Don,
is
you're
counting
right.
his vertebrae. How do you feel your vertebrae?
Just bend your neck forward.
You press really hard on your spinal.
It's almost like I took anatomy in college and had to dissect a cat, a necturus, a lamprey eel, a pigeon,
I had
a frog, a snake, a fish, a shark, a squid.
I had a buddy.
An eyeball.
I had a buddy in my choir that took anatomy in high school, and one day he comes into choir class because his anatomy class was right before choir. One day he comes in and he's got like stickers all over his body, and I mean like not like actual stickers, like little flags that would stick out, right? And he's got like a million of them all over his body, and we're like, what the hell, dude? And he's like, yeah, I was the living model for the day, and the whole class labeled him with all of the medical names for all the muscles, the bones.
How close was this to naked painting?
Not very, because he was fully clothed, and a lot of them were on his actual clothes. But it was like, he was just covered in these fucking. I'm like, dude, how the hell did you even walk down the hallway? Like, it's crazy.
So when I was
It
in
was.
high school, I had to dissect a pregnant cat. And it had 5 fully formed little kittens inside it, which was really sad. But
Did
you
you
know
eat
what?
them?
No, but in the middle, it was a 2-hour class, but normally they're only 50 minutes. So one of our friends was in the hallway, so he took one of the kittens out in the hallway, and he was like, "Get it away from me!"
I wonder if eating a little baby like cat that's dead is in the belly is kind of like eating balut.
It would be more like veal, I guess. There would be no meat on it. It's so tiny.
Well, it's like balut. You just eat the whole thing. There's no
Yeah.
meat really in balut.
It still has bones.
So does the
What is
little
wrong with you?
duck fetus.
And
Why are you talking
When
about
I-
eating kittens?
when I was in grade school, actually, we were going to dissect a frog because That's
Okay,
whatever.
before any
kid,
faster on the story.
Yeah, but anyway, the school couldn't afford all the dead frogs for all the kids, and so the school bought a dead pig, and the teacher dissected a pig while the whole class sat around and watched.
It's the only thing that I never dissected was a pig.
It's
And yet-
it's very pigs have so much fucking blood. Like, isn't
It
it
should
another
not have had-
animal? Isn't it
should
another
not have
animal
had
fact
blood.
that like 80?
Did your teacher just buy a pig at the butcher and brought it over?
I'm 90%
Because it shouldn't have had any blood.
I'm 90%.
That's what
sure
formaldehyde's
happened.
for.
I am 90% sure that's what happened. But like, the thing is that, did you know? I think this is another animal fact that like 80% of pigs or something is just blood. It's like 60 to 80% of a pig is like literally just like their fat is just blood. And
It's
man,
weird.
pigs are fucking bloody, dude.
Yeah,
Holy
like Zippo and
shit.
Chat. Are you sure you weren't just prepping a barbecue for her?
Well, as much as fun as I have talking about dissections, honestly, I could talk about dissections forever. I do still want to end a little bit earlier tonight, just because it's been a short week. There's a lot of the Brave drama, and we didn't really prepare anything today, so we've just been shooting the shit. So, let us do our final thoughts, and then we'll be unless someone else has a topic. I think we can be done for the night.
Do we want to talk anything completely speculation-wise about what is stored in the future for the industry changes?
Yeah, the
now that
Dia
we're
needs
seeing
to
where they're
shut
going?
the fuck up.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
You
Like,
need to shut the fuck up.
God, there's a guy in Theta. I love him to death, but we all keep saying, okay, they're going to nerf the Rokel because they've said they're going to adjust and nerf the
Right.
Rokel, right? He keeps saying, I don't think they will. I think that they're going to leave them just
It's
the way
good
they
where
are.
it's at. Everything else is going to be changed, but it's good where it's at.
Yeah, we're like, no, shut the fuck up. It's going to change. Like, sorry, Dia, but just like, I don't need your positivity over here, okay? No optimism allowed.
I did unmute Syndic, so that's news, I guess, in
Yeah.
our
You and
circles.
Syndic are becoming fast friends. So, yeah, no. The only speculation I have is that they're still going to take way too long to get anything good. So,
No, because they don't know what to do. Like, CCP just goes, well, if we take away all the mining, it's just a boosting ship. If we take away all the boosting, then, like, what's the point of having Oracle anyway? And then if we reduce the excavators, no one, like, they don't know what to turn it into.
they developed themselves into a corner.
Yes, it's called development hell. Many developers have faced such problems.
Just do it. Just pull the band-aid off. Besides, I want to go play Minecraft, so.
Do you have a server, Don?
Redline
Yeah.
does.
Wait, Redline,
I
you
have a
Minecraft
server.
server?
Hey,
Yeah.
Redline, can you hang out
there-
in here for just a minute after
It-
we're done so I can ask you questions about it?
Hold on, is there
Uh,
is there swearing on your Christian Minecraft server or no?
It's not a Christian Minecraft server. It's an atheist
That,
Minecraft
that actually
server.
did come up today. About I've got to
So
make a
much
church.
so
I have
that
to
if
make
you
an
make a
underground church.
church, you make a church on my Minecraft server, I will TNT it,
No,
so
you
I
won't.
could build a church on your Minecraft server.
and
I'll
I'll
call it-
TNT it.
I'll
I
call
made
it
food-
the Church
I'll
of
destroy
Fozzie.
it.
I'll call it the Church
I made
of
a food
Fozzie.
silo today.
All praised CCP.
Have you seen it yet,
No.
Redline?
A what?
Have you seen anything that I've made today over the past 2 days?
No, I haven't been
Okay.
on. I've been really busy.
All right, well, we'll do a tour once we're done here. So, all right,
so
final thoughts.
Avon.
Avon.
Stay sane, stay safe, have fun.
Okay. Greg is taking care of something. So Greg will just say penis vagina. That's what he's going to say. Redline, any final thoughts?
Nah.
Okay, perfect. Mifune, any final thoughts?
Vegas is in 5 weeks, baby.
Woo!
Woo!
Yep, I'll be there too.
That'll be fucking great time. Hopefully, we should be able to do Theta Thursdays live.
I might actually be there. I have a friend that
can-
lives
Yay.
there
We
that
can help.
actually
Um,
I have room. My buddy is said I can have me, and he has like room for like 6 other people to stay at his actual house where we don't have to pay for it.
so our biggest problem with streaming.
No, we're not going into it.
Okay, we'll talk about it behind the scenes. But anyway, yeah.
And then
Vegas
my
in 5
final
weeks,
thought.
Let's go.
Vegas in 5 weeks. Very excited. If you have any questions about mining, bother somebody else. And I hope CCP makes some good changes finally. So thanks for everybody coming and hanging out with us tonight.
Yep, it's been a fun one.
Oh, Sumo's on.
Oh
And
yeah,
Go watch
Sumo.
Sumo.
Come watch Sumo with
where's,
Theta.
Where's Greg? Or not Greg? Where's Brisk? Brisk needs to raid.
If Brisk doesn't raid soon, I'm gonna start plugging my show.
Yeah. No, shut the fuck up, Redline.
So did someone message him so he knows?
I'm about to.
Make sure you watch Trash Talk Tuesday, 0100 Eve, every Tuesday.
Hey,
I'm on that show.
hey.
Shut up, Mifune.
So
I'm on
I
there.
will say I've watched Trash Talk Tuesday, but I saw you were on today. I have actually
Sorry.
I thought back and like actually thought about it. I've never watched Lasers and Lace. I don't even know what they talk about or do.
I've never watched a single one episode.
They
I
talk
saw they
about
had.
whatever they want.
I saw one episode, half of one episode where they pulled out butt plugs, and I was like, you know what? I don't really care.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's all I saw.
They talk about
what
whatever they want. They talk about Eve stuff. They talk about not Eve stuff. It's basically just it's a free for all and fun. And they're the only show on our channel that gets CCP guests on. They had a series where they brought a ton of CCPers on.
Okay, here we go. All right, ready? Goodbye, everybody. Good night. Have fun on Rampage.
Click it,
Go ahead and
Brisk.
click it,
I love
Brisk.
you.
Click it.
I love you, Daddy.